All right, guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. Okay, today's video, I'm gonna be talking to you about whether or not you should upgrade from the iPhone 12 Pro Max or the Pro to the iPhone 14. And the reason why is because that's exactly what I did. So I'm gonna tell you some of the benefits I think I found and if it's even worth it. So some people might consider me what you would call a fanboy of Apple. I love Apple products. I use the Mac, I use the iPad, all that stuff, right? I use the iPhone too, right? So even being a big fan of Apple products, when I saw the release of the Apple iPhone 14, I was not really that impressed and I didn't think it would be much of an upgrade. However, right, I decided to go ahead and upgrade and get this phone. When I upgraded, I decided to go from the Pro Max size to down to the regular Pro size. And that's going to be a bit of an adjustment for me because I'm used to the bigger size. However, I do like having this smaller phone. It feels a lot better slipping in and out your pocket, but I do miss that big screen sometimes. But there are some changes, to be fair to Apple. Some of those aren't very obvious. They have some things like the dynamic island. That's a very obvious change, like a physical change that you can look at and tell that it's a new phone, basically. There's some that are internal changes, especially if you're making a jump from an older model, like I did from the 12 to the 14, like having 120 hertz display. Even though that's something I never really cared about, I do feel like it is a bit smoother. And the dynamic island, there is some cases where it is very nice, especially when it hides the icons up in the corner. And I use a lot of shortcuts, as you can see. So when those shortcuts pop up in the old system, it takes up a big part of the top of the screen. And now it's just a little miniature icon up at the top of the dynamic island. So the main reason why I got this is because of the cameras, right? The camera jump, if there is a big difference, they do have some upgrades, which we'll talk about. I haven't really tested out a lot. I'm going to show you footage that I've gotten, and I'll let you be the judge of whether that was a big enough jump or not. But one of the things I like a lot that they did put into this phone was the cinematic mode, right? Because I like when I use this camera, for example, I'm using the Sony a7S III, you can get some of that blurry background. And the cinematic mode is basically using the AI to kind of fake that bokeh that's in the background. Here's a little test of the cinematic mode. This is a new feature with the update of iOS 16 and an iPhone 14. And I haven't looked at it back on the footage yet, but I'm sure, I will by the time I talk to you and you see this video. But what do you guys think? Do you think this makes a difference? So this is the iPhone 12. Just put it up against the pane, see if we can get some depth of field, which, you know, the camera naturally has some. All right, I switched over to the iPhone 14. And this is without the cinematic mode. Now I switch to the cinematic mode. Yeah, you can see where it's kind of messing up in some areas. This is probably not a great way to use this. I think I would probably just stick with the regular camera. It seems to do a lot better with faces from what I can see so far, but you guys are seeing this. Is this usable? Can this replace my full frame camera? Ugh. Okay, so just out of curiosity, I decided to go ahead and try to set it up for a studio shot to see how it would look with the cinematic mode and studio setting. So I'm right now recording with the A7S III right here and then the 14 Pro up here. So is it working? How's it look? It's now a 48 megapixel camera on the main sensor, which I think in some cases, well, at least with the photos, it does look a little sharper to me. Even though most of the time when it comes to phones, the megapixels really don't matter. But I do feel like it is sharper, and having those different photo options, like the rich tones and everything, I feel like those photos do look a little bit more crisp than the previous model did. Now, if you have a 13, I didn't get the 13, so I don't know if this would be as much of a jump, right? With the specs I think they had the same refresh rate display, and the camera is probably pretty good and everything else. So I don't know exactly how much of a jump it would be from the 13 to the 14, but I feel like there are a pretty good amount of changes for you to at least consider it. Both of these cameras look pretty good. There's no denying that. I think they're, at this point, almost any camera phone you get today is going to give you a good image, whether it's for photos or for video. It's just a matter of how much of a improvement that you want or that you care about. I did notice immediately that after taking a few photos with this phone, that the photos looked a lot better than the 12 Pro Max. So it's a jump. It's a small jump, but it's a jump. And if you have like a 12 or 11 or 10, I would say for most people, it probably won't be worth it, be honest with you. Like, unless you're going to use this as your dedicated camera for like making content for the internet and stuff like that, then it would be an investment. So you'll be using it as a phone and you'll have a really high quality camera. So if that was the case, I would say it probably would be worth it. For me, I do feel like it was worth it because Apple, nigga. Didn't he not say more? You guys can let me know if you think it was worth it down in the comment section below. But this video, just a short, quick video I wanted to put out while I still have this 12 Pro before I give it away to a friend of mine. So, yeah, let me know what you think. And I'll see you guys on the next video. Apple, nigga.